So refreshing. It's beautiful. Oh my God, it's so good. Boom, this is Mark Leong here. Now, welcome to my kitchen. Are you ready for the juicy time? Yes, I'm sure you are. You see, if you're walking in the malls in Thailand, Bangkok, even in certain wet markets in Malaysia, you are sold a bottle of pomegranate juice for about, I don't know what, 8, 10 ringgit, right? But I can't remember the last time how much was it, but theoretically it's not cheap, right? It's not cheap in actual, it's pretty expensive. Now, some people ask me this, Mark, is it worth to pay that money for a bottle of pomegranate juice? My answer is yes. It's expensive for a reason. Pomegranates are not cheap to begin with, for those of you if you have been buying pomegranates at home. So it's definitely amazing, right? Now, but of course, if you want to save some money, and not only that, I think for me the more important thing is not about saving money. The more important thing is that how can I be consuming it as frequent as possible? This is where I want to share with you very simple ways that you can do and enjoy pomegranate juice at home, in your office, or in anywhere, right? It's just so easy. Now, before I talk about how you can juice pomegranate, okay, just let me share with you. Now, of course, you can just eat pomegranate on its own if you want to, but I would prefer personally for myself to drink it, okay? So now what I have with you here today is that I've got two beautiful babies here, two equipments that will help you make your pomegranate juice, right? So on my left side here, I have a cold press juicer, and on my right side here, this is a pomegranate presser. It's purely meant for pomegranates. You can't really use it for anything else, right? Unless if you want to use it for citrus fruits like your lemons, your oranges, still possible, but the ideal one is definitely for pomegranate, okay? So this is a very solid baby here. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to share with you how do you cut your pomegranate. So if you come and look at how I'm going to cut this, right? Actually, there is a way of cutting it correctly. So you don't cut from top down from this angle, right? So it should always be this side where you turn your pomegranate. This is the correct way of cutting your pomegranate. A lot of times I see a lot of people are just doing it incorrectly, and that's why they don't see a lot of pomegranate juice coming out. So what you want to do is that you just want to slice it into half. Alright, now I'm going to show you how you're going to be making a glass of beautifully red, clear pomegranate juice that tastes like your Ribena, you know, tastes like your red wine, you know, because, you know, sometimes people ask me, Mark, why sometimes my pomegranate juice turns out to be a bit milkish? I want that wine color. Now, the wine color is dictated not by the pomegranate, but it's dictated how you juice it, okay? So, after slicing this half, okay, and you want to make sure that when you're doing this, you do it on a proper chopping board, because it can be really bloody, really messy, okay? Now, apart from that, I just want to share with you one very important tip is this. Try to avoid the white parts here, okay, of the pomegranate. This is where it is really bitter. Okay, so what you want to consume is only the areoles or the seeds, right? So this small little tiny bits here, these are called the areoles, in fact. Okay, now how do you remove this before we're going to start talking about juicing? Now, what you want to do is that get yourself a big bowl or small bowl, whatever you want. I have this amazing tool with me, but if you don't have a hammer, you can just grab anything that is hard. Now, what you want to do next is that you want to turn it to the back, and you want to start hammering it. This will allow you to remove the seeds, right, or the areoles of the pomegranate beautifully without messing things up. So I see people using spoons trying to get it out. You don't have to do that, right? So just hit it hard. You can see that it's coming out now. Okay, all right. So now I have removed the areoles of the pomegranate. This is how it looks like. So it's not entirely clean. I'm gonna continue heating that in a short moment. Now this is how, and this is when it's time for you to start juicing it, okay? So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm just gonna be inserting all the aerials inside. Okay. Put this in. So to make a glass, you probably need about 2 to 3 pomegranates. Okay, I'm just going to continue heating this. You can see the table is already very bloody. It's a bit messy. Now if you get the juice of the pomegranate on your clothes, don't worry, it's definitely still removable. It's not as bad as beetroot. Okay, so this is another tip for you. Beetroot, it's a deep problem if you get that on your white shirt or your white attire. Hey, all right. Here you go. Voila. Okay, so I'm just gonna pour this in. This is step or option number 1. Look at this. It's beautifully reddish. It's like your wine color. Amazing. Nice. Okay, so what most people do is that why their pomegranate juice turns out to be a bit milkish is because what they do is that they cut this whole thing and they just juice it, right, together with the white part here. This is where it gets milky, and you want to avoid that because at times what will happen is that frequently, usually it turns out that your pomegranate juice is going to be bitter. You do not want that. You want it to be either sourish or sweet, or sweet and sour. That is what you want. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the other conventional method, right? And it's amazing. And in fact, this tool doesn't cost a lot. It just costs you about 30, 20, 30, up to $50. You can get this amazing equipment. Okay, so go for the metal ones. It's more solid so that it doesn't shake all over the place. Okay, now what you want to do is that same thing. You just want to slice your pomegranates into half, and this is how it looks like. A very simple device. This is where it filters all the seeds and the aerials. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you how it is done. Now, of course, for this process of juicing pomegranate through this juicer or this presser, it requires a bit of strength. Okay, so once you place your pomegranate up here, okay, what you want to do is that you want to be holding on to the bottom, unless if this is bolted to your table. Okay, if it's not bolted, you got to hold on here just to make sure that it doesn't move. So what you do is that I'll place a glass right at the bottom because this is where the juice will be flowing down. Okay, so I'm just going to start pressing it. Okay. Here you go. You want to press to your best. This is going to be a bit of a challenge for some people, but this is amazing because this is one of the good workouts for me. Okay. All right. Press all the way. And what you want to do is that take it out, check it. This is how it looks like. Okay, I can still see that there's some juices here. I'm not going to waste it. I'm just going to switch positions, and I'm just going to give it another good press. Okay, here you go. All right. Okay, so it may seem easy, but trust me, there's a lot of strength required to do this. Okay. Now I'm going to put the other one in here, and I'm going to start pressing it as well. So while I'm pressing this, pomegranate in fact comes from a few different countries. Definitely Turkey is one of them, right? So yeah, you don't have to worry which one is good. They are almost the same. What you want is make sure that it's fresh. So stop buying all this pomegranate juice from the bottles that are labeled with 3 months expiry, or from the boxes that is mixed with a lot of sugar, right? You just want it to be fresh. And it's just how simple it is, where you can get this in your wet market, in your supermarket, and you can do this anytime, right? Anytime you want, just go into the kitchen, slice it in half. You don't even need any skills, and just start pressing it, okay? So I'm almost there. Look at this. Wow, look at it flowing through. All right. This is beautiful, right? Sounds so bloody refreshing, okay? So yep, that's it, done. Okay, so of course you do not want to waste some of these. So what you will do is that you can take some spoon or fork out, and just take all these areas up. So look at this, beautiful, right? Beautiful, red, clear. Like I said, it looks like your wine color. Didn't I promise you that? No milky color, alright? Here you go. Instead of a glass of wine, you should be having this, a glass, any time of the day. Absolutely fine, with those 8 powerful benefits, just in this small little glass, right, of 1 to 2 pomegranates. So refreshing. It's beautiful. My God, it's so good. I wish you were here now. I'm just gonna press some and serve it to you, but you're not here. So anyway, what I want you to do is I want you to try this at home, share with me, and for those of you who have been juicing pomegranate through whichever machines here at home, right? Let me know if you love it, and if you are still, please continue doing it. Okay, so yeah, we can take about a glass, up to 3 glasses a week. Is absolutely safe, right? So this is something that I do on a weekly basis. It's really helpful. Drink it on an empty stomach if you can, not after meals, okay? So this is Mark Leong here, your Asia's Juice Guru. I hope you've enjoyed this amazing sharing that I trust you will help to benefit you. And now you know how to juice your own pomegranate. Better start juicing. Now, if you have any questions related to pomegranate or anything else that you would love for me to share with you, how you can juice it, type in the comments below, and probably I will feature your question in the next juicy episode. Till then, set, ready, put your hands together, and my count 3, 2, 1, we're gonna do the boom thing, alright? 3, 2, 1, and boom!